Oh, got me muted. Welcome back, guys. Look, it's time for us to play some Red Dwarf text adventures. Wow. It's Red Dwarf, an interactive Smeg up. Now, we played through all of the Red Dwarf games a while back. So I'm managing new ones, so we're going to play this one as well. Brilliant. Okay, let's play. It's way too big. Let me expand that. Ooh, that's very big. Okay, brilliant. Let's expand that. Super. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, now we need some music. So it's not silent. Okay. Actually, can we make this even bigger? We could have that. There you go, that'll do. Right, so let me get rid of Robin Hood. It's not Robin Hood, is it? Right, here we go. Let's see. So, Red Dwarf, 3 million years from Earth. A polymorph is loose on the ship. Again. Happens a lot, that does. And the drive plate is packed in again. Just another Tuesday. That's about, or Thursday. Red Dwarf and interactive Smeg up. Sleeping quarters. Okay, we're in the sleeping quarters. Sleeping quarters you share with Rimmer, or rather, the sleeping quarters Rimmer insists are his. It's a mess. Dirty socks, empty lager cans, and curry-stained plates everywhere. A bunk bed dominates one wall, Rimmer's risk campaign maps the other. A hatchway leads north to a corridor. You see a stale bagel, Rimmer, warm can of leopard lager, and an acoustic guitar. Okay. Right, so what should we do? Let's take the bagel. Talk to Rimmer. What do you want, Lister? I'm busy. He isn't busy, he's never busy, he's dead. Rimmer strains his H and marches off purposefully. He has no purpose. Okay, on the right, you can see we've got Holly. Right, dudes, I'm Holly, the ship's computer. I'm here if you need me. Just ask me about the ship, the polymorph, or anything. Or don't. I've been on my own for 3 million years. I'm used to being ignored. Okay. Take lager. Never have too much leopard lager. Take guitar. Okay, I just inventory. Very good. Okay. Look. Holly's voice comes over the intercom. Attention crew, this is Ollie, the ship's computer, with an IQ of 6,000. I have an important announcement. I forgot what it was, as you were. Okay. So, objectives. Mission status, polymorph. A polymorph is loose on the ship. You need a weapon and a plan. Drive plate, faulty. Find a spare in the cargo bay. Okay. I think we might have to map this. Which I can do. So I've got the dungeon maker. Dungeon map maker, anyway. Okay. Weapon and a plan. You can talk to Holly. Let's see what Holly says. Hint. Alright, Dave, let me consult my vast database of knowledge, all 6,000p teacher IQ's worth. I want to deal with that shape-shifting emotional parasite, aren't you? The polymorph. Nasty bit of work. Here's what I'm thinking. You need something that goes bang, something the polymorph finds tasty, and something to modify the bang thing with. Crying's usually good with modifications. As for the bang thing itself, well, the medbay is full of all sorts of interesting equipment. Some of it's even meant to hurt people, if you catch my drift. What specific bit are you stuck on, or shall I just sit here in the dark and contemplate the existential horror of 3 million years alone? Nah, I'm good. Okay, so we can head north. Let me just... I'm trying to sort my map out here. Hang on. Go. Okay, so we can head north. We've gone north. And we're in a corridor. Okay, let's see. Corridor, Ocean Grey section. Long grey corridor stretching off to the east. I see. The walls are painted in ocean grey, which, as any fool can tell you, is completely different from military grey. The difference is, well, one is slightly more... Look, they're clearly different colours if you squint. Different quarters are to the south, the drive room is to the north. Corridor continues east to the military grey section. The supply room is west, a lift leads down to the cargo decks. Oh god, okay. I see. So what do we got? Supply room. Room in the west. Then in the corridor, which is ocean grey. Splendid. Then drive room is to the north. Okay. Shall we check the supply room? Cramped supply room stuffed with JMC provisions, box of dry food, cleaning supplies, and source of junk fill every shelf. Looks like it has been properly organised since the radiation leak. It's a box labelled recreational supplies and a heavy crate marked quarantine equipment. Something glints behind a stack of cleaning supplies in the corner. Okay, examine cleaning supplies. Search cleaning supplies. Rummage through the shelves behind a stack of industrial cleaning supplies, items you've never used and never will. Find a cabinet of leopard lager. Okay. Where there's Lister, there's lager. Okay, what else have we got? Search recreational supplies. Nope, nothing in there. Search quarantine equipment. Nope. Open quarantine equipment. There we go. Inside wrapped in layers of protective padding is a penguin hand puppet, Mr. Flibble. Its beady little eyes seem to stare right into your soul. No, attach reads, warning, Mr. Flibble has hex vision. Do not hang on Mr. Flibble. Mr. Flibble is very quaros. Pick up the puppet gingerly. It feels warm. Okay, we got 5 points for that. Brilliant. Okay, we're carrying Mr. Flibble now. That can't end well. What else was there? Open recreational supplies. You rummage through the box and find 3 mouldy packs of playing cards, 0G football magazine, result, some learning drugs, expired, and hello, a Western video, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Scutters would go absolutely mental for this, you should take it. Okay, take video. Taken. Okay. Well, the good news is the polymorph hasn't killed anyone yet. The bad news is it's only a matter of time. If a bad news, there's no good news. Just made that up to soften the blow. To laugh, innit? Let's go east. Let's head north to the drive room. You stand before the sealed blast doors of the drive room. A notice reads, navigation exam required for entry by order of A.J. Rimmer, BSc, failed, SSC, failed, acting senior officer. Small terminal next to the door blinks expectantly awaiting input. Okay, so we're going to have to pass our navigation exam, I think. This is computer senility day. All my calculations may be up to 40% wrong, but it's 60%. Honestly, I'm not sure anymore. It's like being a million-year-old brain in a world of things. Okay, now we're in the military grey section. Corridor, military grey. What we got here? Long grey corridor stretching off to the west. The walls painted in military grey, which is nothing like ocean grey. Doors lead north to the science lab. South to the kitchen. And east to the hologram suite. Okay. So what was it? Science lab in the north. Then kitchen to the south. Hologram suite to the east. Right, should we go south to the kitchen first? Heart of any civilization on Red Dwarf, the room gets more use than any other. Food dispensing machine hums in the corner, talkie toaster sits on the counter. Its indicator light glowing a eager, bread-obsessed red. Okay. You get no response. Take talkie toaster. You'd rather not. You start asking questions about toast from inside your pocket. Okay. Search. What do you want to search? There's nothing. Use food dispenser. Talkie toaster is blocking the food machine, jabbering away about bread products. Would you like some toast, a muffin? Grumpet, how about a nice tea cake? Can't get near it. Perhaps you can distract the toast somehow. Give it something to toast. Give bagel to toaster. You give the bagel to talkie toaster. It lets out a squeal of pure joy. A bagel, a beautiful bagel at last. Someone who understands. Immediately begins toasting, humming happily. You know you're all right, you are. Not like that Holly. He never wants toast. Would you like some toast? But it's too busy toasting to actually block the food machine anymore. Good. Holly appears on anybody's screen. Everybody's dead, Dave. You know already, obviously. Holly likes saying it. It's basically his catchphrase at this point. Okay. Use food dispenser. She whirs and produces a steaming chicken vindaloo. The smell is incredible. Or possibly a biohazard. Hard to tell with vindaloo. Kind of curry that could strip paint, melt steel, and according to Crichton, violate several chemical weapons treaties. Okay, so that's good. All done there. Now we need to head north to the science lab. Crichton's domain. The science lab is surprisingly tidy, the only tidy room on the entire ship. Beakers and test tubes are arranged with military precision. An ironing board sits incongruously in one corner. A worrying collection of unstable chemicals lines the back shelf. A power coupling station sits idle against one wall. A door leads south to the corridor, the melee bay is to the west. Okay. Medibay. So what can we do in here? Unstable chemicals. chemicals are labelled with warnings you can't read because they're in mechanized technical script. Of course. Examine ironing board. He presses uniforms on someone who doesn't technically exist. That's dedication. Okay, can we take a test tube? Last time someone mixed chemicals without current supervision, they accidentally created a new form of athlete's foot. Besides, you're more of a Korean lager man than a chemistry man. Right. Give me a hint. You need a weapon. Check the armory cabinet in the Medi Bay. It's east from the Grey Corridor. Okay, open cabinet. Yeah, there's no cabinet in the Medi Bay. What are you talking about? Oh, we're still in the science lab, aren't we? There we go. A few beds, some dubious looking equipment, and a reinforced cabinet that serves as an emergency armory. Because of course a mining ship needs an emergency armory. Have you met the crew? Stasis booth comes quietly in the one corner. Stasis booth. Step inside and time freezes for you while the universe carries on without you. So you survived the radiation leak. 3 million years in stasis. How it didn't age a day, but you did miss a lot of telly. That's a lot of episodes of Corrie. Okay. And we've got stairs leading down to the diesel decks. Put that on my map. Map's looking a bit of a mess, but it's fine. Okay, so let's open the cabinet, see what happens. You open the cabinet, find a bazookoid, a mining laser repurposed as a weapon. Charge indicator shows 4, but it's set to standard mining frequency. Should be enough to deal with most things that aren't polymorphs anyway. Take the bazookoid. Grab the bazookoid, it's heavier than it looks. The frequency dial is set to standard mining, but it'll do. Can we adjust frequency? Good with the frequency dial, but it's locked to standard mining frequency. The JMC safety manual says under no circumstances should the frequency be adjusted by unqualified personnel. Given that no one on the ship is qualified for anything, that's everyone. You need a different approach to boost the bazookoid's power. Okay, what else is in here? Search medical equipment. Okay, let's leave. You can see Crichton here. Crichton's guilt trip triggers. He apologizes for something he hasn't done yet. Crichton bustles off, muttering about laundry duties. He's probably gone to the ironing. No, he hasn't. Okay. Let's go to the holosuite. A better-than-life headset sits on a pedestal in the center of the room. The walls shimmer with projected starfields. Rimmer's personal simulation library is stored here, mostly consisting of Napoleonic battle reenactments and how to pass your astronavigation exam tutorials. Right, okay, so we could use that. Take astro navigation tutorials. Okay. Headset. Subconscious can sabotage the fantasy. Ask Rimmer about his wife Janine, 7 kids, and death by killer ants. Talk to Rimmer. Wonder what Lister? Yeah, still busy. Take headset? You consider putting on the beetle headset, but decide against it. Last time someone used one, Rimmer ended up buried in an anthill, married to a woman who looks like a mop. Okay. Got a weapon who won't start a polymorph. Ask me or Crichton about the polymorph. Okay. Genetically engineered shape-shifting mutant, feeds on strong emotions, fear, anger, vanity, guilt, nasty piece of work. The Gelf handbook says they respond to strong flavors, though, like really strong. You know, if you could get it to absorb something properly volatile, you might have a chance. Then the handbook also says they make lovely pets, so take that with a pinch of salt. Oh, we got some score for consulting Holly. We got score for using hints. How about that? Okay, ask Crichton about polymorph. Ask Crichton, spell his name right. Oh my, a polymorph, sir? They feed on strong emotions and strong flavors, sir. If we could introduce a volatile organic compound, something with extreme capsaicin levels, it might create a new vulnerable form. Then we need a delivery mechanism that reacts with the compound. Some kind of fermented grain beverage, perhaps. Curry and lager. Sir, it's so crazy it just might work. Okay, let me actually focus on what he actually said there instead of impersonating him. Okay, so if we feed it the curry, which I assume has extreme capsaicin levels, if you pronounce that, and then we feed it the lager as well, which will react to it, that'll work, I suppose. Okay, so where can we go next? We've got curry, haven't we? We've got curry and lager. We've got a warm can, we've got a stash can. Which one will be better? Probably the stash can. So now we can go down the stairs to the cargo deck, or down to the diesel decks. What do you think? Talk to Crichton. Glad no one else is worried about the polymorph, or the drive plate. Oh, hello, sir. How may I be of service? If there's anything you need, ironing, cleaning, mechanoid level repairs, I'm your man. Well, you're mechanoid. You can ask me about things if you need technical advice. Ask about drive plate. The drive plate, sir? Yes, the drive room console is showing a fault. You'll need a spare drive plate. There might be one in the cargo area. Try searching the crates down in the cargo bay. Once you find one, bring it to me. I can repair it if it's damaged. Holly appears on the bus screen. Everybody's dead, Dave. Yeah, thanks for reminding me, Holly. Okay, let's go down to the diesel decks. Enter hatch. The diesel deck's the lowest, grimmest level of Red Dwarf. Pipes run along every surface, leaking steam and unidentifiable fluids. It's hot, loud, and it smells like a combination of engine oil and despair. This is where the scutters hang out when they're not pretending to work. A small brass plaque on the south wall catches your eye. It seems slightly loose. A ladder leads up to the med bay. The crawlway leads east to the scutters' quarters. Okay, let me put that on my map. Okay, can we remove the brass plaque? The brass plaque isn't in or on anything. Okay. Take brass plaque. Pull brass plaque. You press the plaque. There's a click and the entire wall section swings inward, revealing a hidden passage to the south. A soft golden light spells out from beyond, so I'm into a lot of trouble. Keep this room secret. Ooh. Okay. Well. Here we go. Ace Rimmer Memorial. A small, reverently maintained rune. A glass case in the center holds Ace Rimmer's dimension jumping equipment. His flight suit, his photon saber, and his impossibly cool sunglasses. Plaque reads, Ace Rimmer. What a guy. Someone, probably our Rimmer, has added in Biro. I could have been him, you know. Passage leads north to the diesel docks. Smoke me a kipper, you murmur. I'll be back for breakfast. That's 10 points for finding the secret room. There you go. So let's just put that on the map. Nothing else. There's nothing of importance here, but... Ace Rimmer room. Polymorph is here. It currently looks like a large greasy kebab. That's not good. Okay, everybody be cool. Feed polymorph curry. Highlight the chicken vindaloo. Polymorph senses it immediately. Its form shudders, writhes, ripples. It lunges for the vindaloo, absorbing it completely. For a moment, it convulses, then takes on a terrifying new form. The vindaloo beast is struggling to digest the powerful curry. Now is your chance. Lager. Stashed. Oh, Sniff said it's definitely just form. Doesn't seem interested in that. Warm lager. Okay. We need to get out of here, I think. Up. Okay, I feel like we need a cold lager. Actually, let's go. We didn't go to the Scutters, did we? It currently looks like Rimmer's mum. Okay, let's go east. Scutters live in quarters. A dozen small robots are clustered around a screen showing what appears to be a John Wayne movie. They're completely absorbed. You get no response. Screen showing Rio Bravo starring John Wayne. The Scutters are watching it with rapt attention. Dean Martin's about to do something cool. What about if we give them the video? There you go. The Scutters go wild. A new western. It snaps the video from you and immediately loads it up. Rescue one of them scurries off and comes back dragging a 14F nozzle adapter. Exactly the kind of thing Crichton needs to modify the bazooka to accept large canisters. Drop it at your feet and you pick it up. Question appears. Eyes wide, sir. Is that a bazookoid and a 14F nozzle adapter? I can modify that for you right now, sir. Ask. Well. I've got a thing I might need to go and get a new curry. There we go. Quentin takes the bazooka and adapter. Right, sir, this shouldn't take a moment. His fingers blur with mechanical precision. Done, then bazooka now accepts large canisters. Load one in and you're all set, sir. Okay. It looks like a traffic cone. Right, let's get out. We'll go back to the kitchen. Use food dispenser. You never have too much vindaloo. Okay. Excellent. So now we're going to head east. No, not east. We're going to go west. Use lift. Open lift. Enter lift. Thank you. Okay, now we're in the cargo bay. This is going fairly well. I say so myself. An enormous cargo bay stretching into the darkness. Crates and containers. Afternoon, Ian. Hope you're doing well. So an enormous cargo bay stretching into the distance. Crates and containers are stacked in haphazard piles. The scutters just shoved everything down here after the accident. The air smells of dust, machine oil, and the faint, lingering aroma of 3 million-year-old sandwich bread. Lovely. Some of the crates have faded writing on them you can just about make out. The lift of the corridor is up, a passage leads south to the Starbug Bay. Steps lead further down to a dimly lit storage area. You see a dusty can of leopard lager here. Examine lager. Dusty but drinkable. Take lager. You rescued the lager from between the crates. No can left behind. Okay, what else have we got going on here? Examine crates. Industrial shipping crates covered in dust. You wipe the grime off a few labels. One reads, emergency drive plates. Another says Vindaloo supplies do not open during solar flare. A third is labeled personal effects Lister D. It appears to have been opened and raided years ago. The emergency drive plates crate look like it might still have something inside. With a search. Yes, I'm going to do that. Drive plate crate. Search crate. You rummage through the crate and find a spare drive plate. It's a bit dusty and oh, there's a nasty crack running right through it. Smegging typical. Still, maybe someone with the right skills could repair it. Under it, you also find a receipt for 362 Vindaloos, which sounds about right. Score's gone up by 5. Okay. Or is there anything else here? Search Vindaloo supplies. I only understood you as far as wanting to search the chicken Vindaloo. I assume the supplies are empty, and we've already got Vindaloo from the food dispenser, so that's not an issue. Emergency drive plates, search personal effects. Okay, we can't do that. Okay, what else is here? The lift back to the corridor is up. A passage south leads to Starbug. I'm going to put that on my map. Starbug Bay, and we've also got steps to a storage area. Okay, makes sense. Should we go to Starbug? The landing bay for Starbug 1, the small green transport ship that looks like a large mechanical frog. Starbug sits on the launch pad, slightly battered, mostly functional. There's a workbench covered in tools and spare parts along one wall. Cargo base to the north, a passage leads south to the garbage pod bay. You can see the cat and a dented can of leopard lager. Let's take the can. Talk to cat. Cat sniffs, the air suspiciously, then goes back to preening. Okay, ask Crichton to repair drive plate. I don't have better things to do. No, he doesn't. Try to slot the drive plate in with the cracks too severe. It won't seat properly. Flashes component damage repair required. You need someone mechanical. Yes. Give Crichton drive plate. See if that works. There we go. Crichton takes the drive plate and examines the crack with mechanoid's precision. Oh dear, sir, this has taken quite a beating. His fingers blur as he produces a micro welder from somewhere inside his chest cavity. Sparks fly. There's a smell of hot metal and machine oil. There, good as new, sir. Well, good as 3 million years old, which is the best we can hope for. He hands it back. The crack is barely visible now. Just take it to the drive room and fix the console. Even you should manage that, sir. No offense. Thank you, Crichton. Very nice of you. Where was the drive room? Oh, that's back in the corridor. Okay. Coming into Starbug. You don't need to go anywhere right now. The polymorph is here on Red Dwarf. Running away would be the Rimmer option. It's true enough. Let's examine tools. An assortment of Scottish tools, spanners, wrenches, circuit probes, and something that looks like a sonic screwdriver, but is actually just a screwdriver someone's taped a speaker to. That does sound pretty cool. Can I take that? I'd like to take that. Damn. Take screwdriver. You grab a spanner, but it's been welded to the bench by a scutty who clearly misunderstood the concept of putting tools away. The rest are either rusted, solid, stripped, or inexplicably sticky. You're a vending machine repairman, not an engineer. Okay. Let's head north then. Okay. Down. Vast storage bay at the bottom of the cargo area. It's dark, cold, and smells faintly of something alien. Whatever was here seems to have moved on. Search. What have we got? So we could probably light it up. Give me a hint. Okay. Load lager. Slot a can of left lager into the bazookoid's new intake port. There's a satisfying hiss as the can is punctured and the lager is pressurized. The bazooka hums with a slightly different pitch now, a warm, beery, hoppy kind of hum. It's ready to fire lager-fueled justice. The score has gone up by 5 points. Fantastic, sir. Okay, so let's go up. I'm so gorgeous, the cat murmurs to himself. There should be 2 of me. The cat saunters out, somehow making the act of leaving a room look like a fashion show. Let's go up again. There's Cat and Rimmer. You can see a Zero-G football magazine. Should we take the magazine? You grab the magazine. 3 million years old, and the articles are still more interesting than anything Rimmer has to say. Read magazine. The main article is about Jim Bexley Speed's legendary hat trick for the London Jets. You've read it 400 times, it never gets old, unlike Rimmer's anecdotes, which were old the first time. How should that be useful? Right, so I think we're ready to take out the polymorph now. So let's head north to the science lab, west to the medibay, down to the diesel decks. The polymorph is here. Currently it looks like a pair of boxer shorts. Give Vindaloo to polymorph. Okay, fire bazookoid. What do you mean violence isn't the answer? Shoot polymorph. There we go. You raise the lager-loaded bazookoid, take aim at the Vindaloo beast, and fire! A A stream of superheated leopard lager slams into the curry-infused polymorph. The reaction is immediate and spectacular. Curry meets lager in an explosion of chemical chaos, the most Lister combination in the universe. Polymorph screams, shifting through 100 forms in a second. A kebab, Rimmer's mom, a traffic cone, a small off-duty Czechoslovakian traffic warden, then explodes in a magnificent shower of smoking curry-scented goo. Yeah, you shout, eat that, you shape-shifting smeghead. Lager and curry, baby, the boys from the Dwarf. The remains of the polymorph bubble and steam on the floor. The score has gone up by 30 points. There we go, we're at 105. Okay, well done us. Crichton appears carrying an iron and looking helpful. Alright, so the polymorph's done. Now we need to repair the drive plate. The drive room. Right, we need to pass the navigation exam. Use terminal. Okay. Push it, switch it on, open it. Open terminal. Okay. Open navigation exam. Talk to Rimmer. What have you done? Rimmer, why have you sealed the drive room, you idiot? I need to fix the drive plate. Okay, so we need to go to the hologram suite. Doors to the west. That's how is the suite. How do I pick up the tutorial? So the crew plays AR games. Step in and the computer generates a full sensory virtual world around you. The current program loaded is gunmen of the apocalypse, Wild West simulation. Quite avoid a virus here once. There's a gunslinger called the Riviera Kid. He did. Enter AR suite. Enter AR console. Use AR console. Switch on AR console. Insufficient power, drive plate fault detected. Okay. Need to do something with the tutorial. Take tutorial. Take navigation tutorial. Search library. Read tutorial. Spell tutorial right. Then read it. No. Give me a hint. Right, the hint says take the drive room. Yeah, I get that, but I can't get into the drive room. Take navigation exam. You need to type something into the terminal. You could try to answer properly. You could do what Rimmer did and just type I am a fish. If you insist. There we go. You type I'm a fish into the terminal. The screen flashes. Answer accepted. Congratulations, officer. The last doors grind open with a satisfying hiss. That can't be right. Rimmer wrote I am a fish 400 times on exam and failed. Apparently as a door password it works perfectly. Nothing on this ship makes sense. It's true. Drive room, the nerve center of Red Dwarf. Banks of monitors and control panels stretch across the room, most of them displaying screensavers since nobody's really qualified to use them. Holly's face fills the main screen, looking bored. A warning light blinks insistently on one of the consoles, indicating a fault in the drive plate. Diagnostic readout says drive plate failure, replacement required. There's an empty slot where the drive plate should go. If you could fix the spare, you could fix it right here. Well, you insist, fix drive plate. You have won. In that game, you scored 125 out of a possible 152 in 161 turns. Then you get the rank of Navigation Officer First Class. Not bad for a guy from Liverpool. Wonder what else we could have done. Suppose maybe we could have properly taken the navigation exam? Or we could have entered the AR machine if we had installed or fixed the drive plate before shooting the polymorph, maybe? I don't know. Either way, we did it. It's done. Happy days. That was Red Dwarf and Interactive Smeg. That was a fun little text adventure. That worked pretty well. Pretty simple. It at least guides you if you really need it. Plenty of hints. Good stuff. I guess. Now, I can just quickly show you my map, which I very quickly made. There it is, look. We go, start from the bunk room, supply room, drive room, stairs to cargo deck, cargo bay, storage area. We didn't figure out what was in the storage area because it was too dark. We have the diesel decks, where the polymorph was, go to quarters, the Ace Rimmer secret room, and all that. There you go. Not too bad as far as text adventures go. Nice and simple. Lovely jubbly. Alright, there you go. Is that done? That's us all caught up with Red Dwarf games until somebody makes another one, and we'll have to do that one as well. Brilliant. That will do there, and let's go and go do something else, shall we?